Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show today. I'm reading a post by Don the Dapper. It was actually dated on the 4th of December, and I scanned over it, and I put it aside to read till later. And he writes, "What's poppin', fellas? Let me start off by saying, this is the best site in the fucking world. Believe it or not, I have grown more this year than ever, and am happy with where I'm at in the game. So I'm glad the brother came here. He's learned, and he's actually happy where he's at in the game." That says it all right there for me. I mean, that's it. You want to be happy in your lives. Who the fuck wants to be unhappy? Who the fuck wants to be desperate, looking for love and all that stuff when you can have love right there? He writes, "One thing I noticed in my last year of being here, for myself included, is the derived value some of us get from getting pussy. I think this is a problem. We feel as though we only have value if we have a woman by our side." And I can totally agree with what he's saying here. Okay, that some guys only feel that they have value themselves. Okay, we're not talking about happy though. Okay, I believe it does take two to make complete happiness, a man and a woman. Okay, I do believe that. But he's talking about feeling like we're of some value to the world, value, how we value ourselves. He writes, "Now, I know this university is about getting women on your team. That's not what the university is just about. It's about upgrading your life. So let's not make that mistake. Okay? The prime directive is getting women on your team so that you can enjoy the upgrades of your life. But you want to upgrade, you start upgrading yourself so that you also get better quality women. You rise higher in the game of life. You rise higher. When you rise higher in the game of life, fellas, you actually rise higher in the game with women. Notice the rich people have the most beautiful women. And you can call them hoes. I don't give a fuck. They're still on their arm. You could do all the nerd shit, the egocentric shit towards rich folks. I don't give a fuck. You live your life, and I'm gonna keep teaching what's real about life. Okay? That's one thing I hate is when those nerds start. But they're hoes. Yeah, they're gold diggers. That comes with the territory. But a rich man will still be able to go get a normal high class. And by the way, not all the women are gold diggers, because some of the women come from that area. They come from that level of life. And some of them are extremely beautiful. Okay? They have the money to make themselves beautiful. You ever think of that? While I'm talking to the person who's got that stupid ego thing, that nonsense up in their head. He goes, "But your value must not come externally," and I totally agree with that. You want to value yourself. That's part of your inner game. You gotta value yourself. You gotta know your true worth in life. That's why I'm all about finding your purpose, because that gives you personal value. Internal value is the only value that is everlasting and can stand the tides of time. If you worry, stress, fret, overthink, analyze what a female does or says, you are giving her too much value. Remember, this is a game. With this mindset, I don't understand why some of us fail to treat it as one. It's actually, whole life is a game. There's a book called The Game of Life. I suggest you guys read it. You can probably find it on the internet. You're looking for ways to sidestep a learning lesson instead of going balls to the wall and going through it. No magic tricks or tips can ever replace life experience. So, seeing as you know this is a game, why, oh why, do you stress and fret over the game?" Thank you, Don the Dapper. I ask myself that question every goddamn day. Some of the posts that I read don't even need to exist. If the motherfucker stops stressing and over-analyzing and stupid, immature, girly shit, the post wouldn't exist. I'd be able to just write posts and give people direction But no, people got to post all this stuff that because their brains overanalyze shit. DL. It must be enjoyed and memorable, not a nail-biting experience that crumbles young men to their knees. If she ain't choosing, then she is losing. If she don't choose, so what? It's all a part. So what? It's all a part of the game. And what he's saying here, if a bitch ain't feeling you, if she ain't choosing, she's losing. Okay? And that's the part of the game. That's the game of life. Some women are going to feel you, some women ain't. Keep stepping. Instead, we get these guys that are crushing over girls because they're feeling them. They're throwing their emotions out there into the universe. They're throwing their emotions at a girl, getting all emotional like a little bitch. And then whining about it. Supreme, there was this girl. Oh, but she's so special, man. Let me tell you, I don't know what happened. What happened was your dumb ass threw your emotions out there. She wasn't feeling you. Keep stepping, stupid. That's my new phrase. KSS. Keep stepping, stupid. So I'm going to start telling fellas that on YouTube. KSS. Keep stepping, stupid. He writes, we wake up in the morning and put our game face, player face on. I'm glad he's doing that. That's the lesson that I'm glad I bought to the net. When you wake up in the morning, you get into the mode. You become. That way when you step out, when you become something, you change your energy, your aura around you. And then life changes around you. Life brings you more opportunities to fit that energy and aura. If you are the kind of person that becomes the negative downer type, you step outside your house, life brings you more negative downer type situations to fit the vibration that you're in. Sorry about that. That's my mail. But life brings you more vibrations to fit the vibrational level that you're at. When you become the player, well, I'm just talking about a player, then life brings you more vibrations that'll fit what a player gets, which is more pussy. Duh! This is the simplest common formula in the universe. It's that simple. So when you wake up in the morning, you affirm that you're a player. You get out of bed feeling like a player. You got to do this every morning. You can walk and take your piss like a player. Tell yourself how good you are. And tell yourself you're going to play life. Take your shit, shower, and shave like a player. Get dressed like a player. And step outside your house. Walk to your car like a player. And drive to work. Or drive to the coffee shop. Get your cup of coffee. Stand in line like a player. Looking for opportunities to play. Jump in the game. Life will bring you more opportunities to be in this game. He writes, now I'm not saying you shouldn't have a female by your side. Thank you. I'm glad he put that in there. Because you should have a female by your side. Because that makes you complete. That does make you complete. It takes the positive and the negative to get a complete circuit. Anybody ever studied electronics? It takes a positive and a negative to make a complete circuit. Okay? But I'm saying that if having a female by your side is a sole motivation in your life, this ain't the place for you, pimpin'. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I'm always trying to tell fellas. It's not the sole motivation. Or not sole motivation. This side is not just about getting some ass. It's about getting a life. Check yourself. You probably get all your value from being with a woman. Meaning if she leaves, all your little value leaves with her. SMH. I don't know what that means. I've seen it before. Let's see. I don't know. My honest opinion? No, I don't know what that means. Love you. Do you. Keep your head up to the sky. And stay up, fellas. 1. Hand-to-hand writes simple cause and effect. And I agree with hand-to-hand. Everything you do or don't do creates a results positive or negative. What you cause, create, do, etc. comes from your personal power. Hand's deep into it too. Your thoughts, essentially. As we know, Hand is our richest client on the forum. Personal power is not the same as value, although the two are related. Real world value is what someone determines something is worth. $10 an hour, $10 an hour of your time to mow my lawn. You can set your own price, but if no one buys, then you've overvalued yourself. A lot of dudes, for example, think they're hot shit, when in fact they rarely attract any women and cannot even land one. Those dudes have overpriced themselves in their own delusional world. In the real world, you create something of value. The marketplace decides what the value is. And that's why I tell fellas, I'm glad he put that in there, go to a nightclub and pay attention to the girls that are choosing you. That tells you what level, as I said before, what level or vibrational level that you're vibrating at. That's the level that you're at. Right there. And he's putting it in business terms. If I can find where I left off at. The dudes overprice themselves. In the real world, you create something of value. The marketplace decides what the value is. Exactly. The marketplace. And our marketplace is women. Okay? And they'll decide where your value's at. You can also change the value by changing the market, but that's a whole different thread. Now, personal power is different. It's what you think, believe, and feel, and how that drives your actions to produce value. This power thinking includes things like ambition, vision, imagination, conviction, determination, passion, self-confidence, enthusiasm, clear thinking, concentration, and the list goes on. This power, in effect, creates real-world results: money, fame, women, big mansion, fancy cars, nice clothes, etc. All of which is nice and maybe inspiring at times. Those real world's results simply follow real personal power. It's like real personal power has magnetic energy. It pulls in money, fame, women, or whatever with little thought or value. They're both basically saying the same thing. Hand is giving a deeper lesson here. Different terminology also. He's saying that value is something different, and he's going in to explain why. But we get what Don the Dapper is saying, and Hand is going something deeper here. Okay, he goes on to say, and this is where a lot of people get mixed up. They get caught up with the shiny objects which everyone assigns a value to, as if those were the source of power. It's like having a boat and wanting it to go faster by thinking the wake and wave it creates gives the push, when what's really needed is a more powerful motor. That said, a truly successful person doesn't focus on effect or value. His attention is on the cause, the power driving the value. The power driving the value. Okay? Don the Dapper talked about value. He's talking about the power driving the value. We're saying similar things with different words. I already said that. Let's just keep it straight that value and personal power are different. Players need to focus on the power, not the value, to be successful. And that's why I wanted to add this to Don the Dapper's post, reading of Don the Dapper's post. Not the value to be successful, the power. You wake up in the morning, you affirm, okay? When you affirm first thing in the morning, you change your energy. And I believe I'm talking about the same stuff here. We're talking about your own personal energy. You change the world around you by assuming a certain vibrational level. When you step outside your house, even in your house, the universe starts bending to that vibrational level that you're at. So when you get out there, it's already got shit set up for you. Okay? So, great post, great responses. Looks like Don the Dapper, he's becoming successful with his internet business now. And more power to the brother. One thing Hand adds in response to someone else's comments is reality is subjective to a person's perceptions, thoughts, and beliefs, and state of mind. Not the same as real events, when whatever that might be besides facts based on first-hand observation / recording. A reality in one person's head is colored and potentially distorted beyond normal perception, i.e. bipolar or schizoid. A real event is a result of a cause, whatever that might truly be. Using an example of an event versus distorted reality, there was a guy who boarded a Greyhound bus in Manitoba 4 years ago, sat down next to another man, and later proceeded to stab him and cut his head off in front of other passengers. A real event to the horrified witnesses. According to the suspect, his reality, God told him the other guy was a force of evil and was to be executed. In the same, as I said earlier, a lot of guys see themselves differently than other people do. He could think of himself as holy shit when really he's just shit. Reality in his mind equals hot shit versus event, no women choosing. And that's where a lot of guys, he's talking about a lot of guys who are not grounded in reality. That's why it's good to go see what the marketplace is giving, placing what vibrational level you're at, basically. That's what he's talking about here. He does give another lesson up here. We're talking about hand to hand. It gives meaning to hoe chasing. It's turn the table, as Supreme calls it. If, for example, you got $100 million in the bank, thousands of people sitting on the edge of their chair listening to every word you say, and fans all around the world, you can't help to have busloads of super eager women who do anything to land you as a big prize catch. And by super eager women, I mean women who feel that they have a chance at landing you as a catch. Women of far higher quality than bottom feeders. Plus, you got your pick. Even if you don't have the bucks yet, the power and potential you have is enough for a lot of women who want to join you for the ride. And this is what I've talked about before. Okay? This is what I've told you what I talked about. Why you want to be on the path. Whether you're an up and rising artist, musician, performer, leader of thousands, or entrepreneur, rising star, you've got underlying power. And I've talked about how women will go to AA meetings and look for contractors. They'll groom them and get them back on their feet, and those women will ride them to success. They can live in a nice big house, have a fancy car. They'll make that man successful. He finishes, women latch on to success like you can't imagine till you're there. So keep at it. And he's talking to Massa to become more successful in his life. As I preach to you fellas, you want to become more successful in your life. Okay? You change your vibrational level. You change your vibrational level by, first of all, looking for your purpose in life. That will give you a boost. And then you start working towards that purpose. That's your path in life. That's why I'm all about the whole, it's good to know, like, I like human design. That tells me what kind of energy I have. And I like the whole aura thing. It tells me what path I should be on. Stuff like that. Because it all ties in together. I know that, everything comes out. Everything comes out, fits like a fucking glove. Not like OJ's glove. The glove didn't fit, but it fits like a fucking glove. But I did a lot of soul searching, so this stuff that I've already known. Notice I'm actually out there doing what my aura type says. I've been doing it before I even took the fucking test. But I think I took that test, something like it, something similar to it, from the warrior guy. He had a book out, about the warrior, path of the warrior, stuff like that. Anyway, but I was already on my path way back then. Life pulled, because I pay attention to life pulled me in this direction. So you got to pay attention to what life is sending you, fellas. You got to open up to life and see what the clues are there. All the clues are there. Okay? Just look at your life. You'll see. You'll see what life is meant for you to do. Till next time.